For life is.
The time on Love 101 is 7 a.m. and it's now time for the Morning Watch, brought to you by Partners Interventional Center of Jamaica, Partners for Life.
Listeners to Love 101 FM are advised that the views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of Love 101 FM.
Hello and welcome to the Morning Watch on Love 101 FM. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Hello and welcome to the Morning Watch on Love 101 FM. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. A special welcome to our listeners on love101.org. And if you're overseas and on the move, U.S. listeners can access us at 712-832-8001. And if you're in the UK, 0330-332-6541. Or join us via the Love 101 FM app that can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can also join us on Love 101 FM Facebook and YouTube Live. In the first watch today, 888 Mocha Tip, Jamaica's anti-corruption tip line. And in the second watch, civics education plus children equal decent citizens? For our social media question, we ask, how effective do you think the new anti-corruption tip line will be in curbing corruption? We're asking you to share your responses on our Love 101 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on WhatsApp 876-997-3125 using the hashtag The Morning Watch. We'll share your responses later on in the program, but before all of that, here's I quote.
All right, good morning, good morning. So this morning's I quote is an inspiration quote, and it says, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. And this is by Thomas Edison.
Wow. Interesting I quote. Yeah, good morning, Jakan.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, you know.
All right, good.
You know, outside is pretty cool.
It is, actually. It is.
Yeah, what's the temperature there in the studio?
Temperature is now 23 degrees because I turned it up because I'm not trying to freeze.
You sound like a poet. I don't even know it, man. All right, the first watch will be back after this break.
All right.
Do you have a heart condition? Your care should be in the hands of our experienced cardiovascular team at Partners Interventional Center of Jamaica. We're one of the leading heart centers for angiogram, stenting, pacemakers, EP studies, and ablation therapy. PICJ has the expertise and latest technology to treat all your heart needs. Call 876-995-7425 or email info@pic-jm.com for appointments. PICJ, your partners for life.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley.
I'm Jakal.
I'm Victor.
I'm Chantel.
And we are
The Pulse Podcast.
You can find us every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Love 101 FM JA's YouTube channel.
Yes, 7 to 8 p.m. And ensure you follow us on social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
At The Pulse Podcast JA.
The Pulse Podcast, your weekly source of authentic, Jamaican, faith-based, creative content and edutainment.
About culture, creative expressions, and games. This is the Pulse Podcast.
I've got love in my... Hey.
Another World of Worship Wednesday is coming your way inside alive 1 to 5 December 21. Packed with worship on and information. Stick around for the rain testing menticized at 1:45. Prayer Blast will come your way at 2 o'clock. More prayer, more power. 2:15 we feature Kirk Franklin and the family as our Christmas worship artist of the day. Then at 3 p.m. inside a live Bible challenge, ABC 3.0, our leaderboard round, match 4, featuring Tavia Richards and Keem Gordon. All this and more will come your way inside a live 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, December 21, with yours truly, Sarah M. the Chirpy One, on the family station, Love 101.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Now, on Friday, December 9, the country's first anti-corruption tip line was officially launched to mark International Anti-Corruption Day. The number we understand to call is 888 MOCA TIP. That's 888 MOCA-TIP. And Jamaicans are being encouraged to report corrupt public officials and high-level criminals by utilizing this number. Well, to discuss this initiative, we have online Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications and Client Service Excellence at MOCA, and Mrs. Cherise Bruce Douglas, Manager of Crime Stop Jamaica. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning to you both.
Are you hearing me? Hello?
Not sure I'm hearing anybody.
Are you hearing me? Hello?
Okay, let me try again. Good morning to you both.
Are you hearing me?
Okay, on my end, I'm not hearing anybody. Jukal, could you sort that out, please, before we continue the interview?
All right, no problem. So the guest on StreamYard is responding, but we're not hearing on our end. So check if you're muted.
No, I'm not, because I'm just on my landline.
No, not you. The guest on StreamYard.
No, I'm not muted.
All right, so I can see her responding, but we're not hearing her. All right, let's have that corrected, and then we'll be back.
Hey, another World of Worship Wednesday is coming your way inside alive 1 to 5 December 21. Packed with worship on and information. Stick around for the rain testing menticized at 1:45. Prayer Blast will come your way at 2 o'clock. More prayer, more power. 2:15 we feature Kirk Franklin and the family as our Christmas worship artist of the day. Then at 3 p.m. inside a live Bible challenge, ABC 3.0, our leaderboard round, match 4, featuring Tavia Richards and Keem Gordon. All this and more will come your way inside a live 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, December 21, with yours truly, Sarah M. the Chirpy One, on the family station, Love 101.
Okay, welcome back to the Morning Watch. We apologize for those technical glitches we have been experiencing. And of course, in this, the second watch, we are discussing 888 MOCA TIP, Jamaica's anti-corruption tip line. And in so doing, we have online Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications and Client Service Excellence at MOCA, and Mrs. Therese Bruce Douglas, Manager of Crime Stop Jamaica. Good morning to you both.
Good
Hi, good morning.
morning.
Great. Good to have you with us. Compliments of the season to both of you.
Same to
Thank
you.
you, too.
Let me begin with you, Major Jarrett.
Yes.
To ensure that we are on the same page, what really is this anti-corruption tip line, and why is it considered so important at this time?
Well, as most people know, I mean, I don't think it's a secret anymore that Jamaica struggles with corruption. It's something that is almost endemic in this country. We've always had a corruption problem. In fact, it's estimated that corruption costs Jamaica up to $750 million each year. And it diverts funds away from much needed public services, education, infrastructural development, health, etc. Not to mention the link between corruption and crime and violence. So at some point, we have to engage the public in the fight. I mean, law enforcement has been doing an admirable job of partnering with each other, the various law enforcement agencies, MOCA, FID, etc., Integrity Commission. But the problem is we've never really given the public an opportunity to get involved and to be a part of the fight until now. So by creating the 888 MOCA tip line, we are empowering the public and allowing them to become a part of the solution. And when we were doing this, we thought no other partner could be better than Crime Stop, given their admirable record of one, never having a source compromise, but also having a stellar reputation in the fight against crime. So we're essentially broadening Crime Stop's mandate, so to speak, by bringing an anti-corruption element on board.
Yes, and when you speak of corruption, Mr. Jarrett, what are you really speaking about?
We hear about it in the news every day. Contracts being awarded without the type of transparency that we would like. We're talking about conflict of interest, people awarding themselves or their companies or their loved ones' companies without the proper procedures. We're talking about embezzlement. We're talking about fraud. The type of thing that happens in corporate offices all across Jamaica involving government workers, public officials, etc. It's anything that involves the movement of money from the public funds to a public official that isn't subject to the proper transparent movement and procedures that we would like to see.
And it's not just money, is it? It could also be a promotion, an opportunity.
Exactly. It's promotions, opportunity, jobs, resources, influence, that sort of thing.
Mrs. Bruce Douglas, could you remind us of what Crime Stop is all about, and what is the nature of its involvement in this anti-corruption tip line initiative?
Sure. So Crime Stop is a not-for-profit charity organization that pretty much offers citizens a safe and secure avenue to share information anonymously on all forms of criminal activities. So we've been around since 1989, and as Major Jarrett said, we've never had a single source compromise. So of course, with this background and the integrity that we have, it's only fitting for us to assist MOCA in facilitating this tip line. And so how we work or how we're involved in it is the tip line will be manned by Crime Stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said the tip line will be manned by Crime Stop?
Yes. So whenever persons, sorry.
Go ahead, say more on that, please.
Right. So whenever persons call the MOCA tip line, the Crime Stop will answer it on behalf of MOCA. Because we already have the resources in place. We already are known for our integrity or high integrity, our confidentiality, our anonymity. So it's as I said, it's only fitting for us to partner with MOCA on this. So we will facilitate the tip line.
But there are persons who perhaps would argue I mean, you're talking about Crime Stop, right? And crime, I don't know which one is a broader topic, whether corruption or crime. I suspect it's crime. Why have, this additional line for anti-corruption purposes? But we're up on a break, Mrs. Bruce Douglas. So after the break, we'll hear your response to that.
Get better coverage for yourself and your family as low as $800 a month. The time by JN Life Vest from JN Life Insurance is
7:15.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Alliance. Your Christmas money transfer. Alliance. Where you get the money transfer. Money move like a bird, like a plane, it's a blur. Money for the Christmas, I come it reach in a flash. This your agent no run out of cash. Money for spruce up the house and paint it up bright. Put on a Christmas dinner and serve it up right.
Money when and where you need it this Christmas. Alliance MoneyGram Money Transfer. Convenient locations island-wide. A member of Sagicor Group Jamaica.
Tell me where you get the money transfer.
Alliance. The deal of the season. At the season for give and the season for share. Juicy, I give we the deal of the year. Any four for your Christmas treat. 4 party, 2 Coke, 1 great price, you see. Juicy's any 4 deal is a real Christmas treat. Get any 4 party with 2 22-ounce Coca-Cola for just $1,150. Pick your favorite patty. Beef, chicken, veg, shrimp, or soy to the world. At the season for give and the season for share. Juicy, I give we the deal of the year. A Juicy and Coca-Cola promotion. For a limited time only, conditions apply.
Let's give ourselves the best gift yet. Great mobile and internet. Value the whole year long. Gotta know the best to get. Flow has savings just for you. Give great Christmas gifts, it's true. Samsung tablet from a blue. Our moments together with Flow Garden Road, it's better. This Christmas, Flow gives the best to you.
With Garden Road, get a Samsung tablet or phone for just $999 plus PCD.
Flow gives the best to you.
Conditions apply.
For 50 years, Under the Law has been helping you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. And we continue to do this in 2022. The program is brought to you on Tuesdays by the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. Grow smart, eat smart. Under the Law at 6:20 a.m., 2:35, 6:45, and 9:10 p.m. on Love 101 FM.
NIS pensioners, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security reminds you to submit your completed life certificates to ensure continued payment of your NIS benefits. Remember to sign the life certificate and have it witnessed by any authorized person indicated on the life certificate before submitting it. For further information, contact the National Insurance Scheme 876-922-8000-14 or visit the ministry's website. The National Insurance Scheme, always working for you. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap the discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
They're full of life. You're full of love. They're carefree. You care more. That's why we created Child Protector, a critical illness insurance plan from Sagicor Life. It provides coverage for your child in the event of 15 critical illnesses, hospitalization benefits, life insurance, and investment benefits. So make sure your child can live life to the fullest. Apply for Sagicor Child Protector today.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. And in this, the first watch, we're looking on this initiative known as the Anti-Corruption Tip Line. And in so doing, we have online Mrs. Cherise Bruce Douglas, Manager of Crime Stop Jamaica, and Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications and Client Service Excellence at MOCA. I think before the break, Mrs. Bruce Douglas, you're responding to concerns that people may have as to why another line like this when you could just have the Crime Stop and just filter the necessary concerns therein.
Right. So to provide context, Crime Stop, the information that comes to Crime Stop is actioned by the JCF. MOCA is a separate entity from the JCF, and of course, we know that they investigate corruption. So, of course, they'll have their own anti-tip line, their anti-corruption tip line that they would want to involve citizens now in this fight against corruption, for citizens to provide information. So, of course, they created their own tip line to facilitate that, to help in that process. Whereas Crime Stop, that 311 number, every information that feeds through that number goes directly to the JCF for actioning.
Yeah.
I hope that's
Okay.
right. Mhm.
Yeah. Major Jarrett, can you walk us through the daily operations of this tip line? Will it work? And are there incentives for those who actually call?
Yes, as a matter of fact, as Cherise indicated earlier, the tip line is manned 24/7 by Crime Stop. So at any time of the day that an individual wants to report a tip to the entity, they can call 888 MOCA tip. When they make this call, their identity is not important to Crime Stop. And so they'll be given a unique identification number so that after they've reported the tip, there can be a reference in case we need to reach out to the individual in order to make payment or possibly to get more information. In fact, some people who call the tip line are quite open in saying that I don't necessarily want my identity revealed, but I'm quite willing to assist in case you might need additional information from me. And so it's important that the individual is given that unique identification number as opposed to, having to reveal who they are. Now, the information that is provided to Crime Stop is then sent directly to MOCA. It's separated from the usual information, crime-related tips that they usually get. It is sent directly to MOCA, where it comes to our office. It's processed. It's put through the intelligence process to determine its validity, determine its usefulness, etc. And if needs be, it's turned into an investigation, and following that, possibly an operation. Now, the reward that the person would get is dependent on how useful that information is. Anti-corruption is a little bit different from organized crime in the sense that whereas we may be able to say, okay, in the Get the Guns campaign, for example, an M16 or a 9mm might be worth X or Y. In anti-corruption, it's a little bit different. The information that we get is part of a very slow and laborious process because, as you know, when persons get involved in corruption, it involves a wide range of persons, and there are a number of enablers and facilitators along the way. And so, whereas if we get a tip to pick up a rifle, it's very easy to deploy a team to get that rifle. With the information that comes in, with the corruption information that comes in, the process is a little bit different. So it really depends on the value of the information that will determine the value of the reward. The rewards will range from anywhere from $10,000 to $1 million, depending, as I said earlier, on just how useful that information is and how it helps us to build out that intelligence picture as part of the work. So it's a process, and we ask the public to, when they reach out to us, to provide us as much information as possible, because the more information we get, the better intelligence work we can do, the better investigations we can do, and eventually the stronger, more watertight cases we can put together to, put these criminals behind bars.
Yeah. You mentioned from $10,000 to $1 million. How is that determined, though? Because that's a wide gap.
It is.
Very expansive.
Yes, it is. The award is there is a group put together that will meet monthly. That group consists of persons from MOCA and persons from Crime Stop, and we will sit down and we'll evaluate the usefulness of the information and just how helpful it was. So for example, let's say you go to a government office and a government employee there tries to get money from you in exchange for him or her doing what they're paid to do. In other words, they may ask you to pay a small fee in order to skip the line or to bypass a part of the process. That may seem fairly low on the totem pole, but it is still information that's important to us. And you will find those kinds of tips may very well fall within the lower range of $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 category. However, if that information helps us to identify a larger ring of corruption, then you'll certainly find now that the value of the information will increase, and so would the reward. And absolutely, if the information leads us to the big fish, so to speak, if we find out that the levels of corruption involve persons much higher, senior levels, then certainly we'll be going into the higher reward range. So a lot of that will be determined by that working group that meets routinely to look at the information and to determine the value.
As you mentioned, routine. So far, how many tips per day have you been receiving, would you say? Can that information be disclosed?
Yes, absolutely. The tip line was launched last Friday. And as you know, no one in Jamaica was paying attention to anything but Argentina and France. and traditionally, around Christmas time, you usually find that the activity with Crime Stop falls off. People are involved in getting ready for Christmas. They're leaving work, going on vacation, etc. So we anticipate that come January, when the joys or the heartbreaks of the World Cup is gone and Christmas is beyond us, people will now start to get back into the day-to-day life, and part of that day-to-day life is managing this corruption beast here in Jamaica.
Yes. This is Bruce Douglas. I don't know if you want to say more on that.
Sure. As Major mentioned, we have found that our tips have lowered, especially during Christmas, and we had Christmas and World Cup, so we found that our tips went down. So we, as the tip line, the Mocha tip line is new, we weren't expecting calls to coming at this time, but we do anticipate that come January or late December, but early January, we'll find that persons will call us, and we just want to ensure or encourage our citizens to use this tip line, because similar to how we handle our Crime Stop for 311 information, that is how we'll handle our Mocha tip line information. As Major mentioned, we do not want to know our source's identity. We give them a unique code. They'll call us to follow up on that information. And if it leads to a reward, they are paid through a process that maintains their anonymity to the point of them collecting that cash reward. So we just want to encourage persons that at no point in time we will know your identity. So we encourage persons to use this avenue to share information, because we know we've seen corruption in and out in the news, and there are persons who are wondering, why is it that it's never leads to anything? So
Mrs. Bruce Douglas.
Sorry? Hello? Hello?
I hear Mrs. Bruce Douglas.
You're hearing me?
Jokal, could you sort that out, please?
Yes, I'm still here. We can hear her. We can hear on our end. I'm not sure what's happening on your end, but we're hearing her. We heard all that she just said.
Right.
I'm hearing as well.
Yes.
And you're still hearing me, right?
Yes, man. Still hearing.
Spread joy and peace this holiday and get ready to achieve all your plans in 2023. The Time by JN Group
will help you find a way.
Is
just about 7:30 on the Sound of Love 101, the family station.
From generation to generation, Jamaicans have depended on J&B Bank to make the pride and joy of providing a safe place for their families possible. Now, with no processing fees and no down payment mortgage options, you can open the door to your own sweet home, a legacy to hand to your next generation. Visit jnbank.com to get pre-approved today. J&B Bank will help you find a way.
Make every moment feel like Christmas with 10 gigabytes of any used data. Monthly free for 12 months on the fastest, most reliable network. That's lots more data for more music, more videos, more sports, and more ways to stay connected. Buy and keep renewing any Prime Rata bundle and get an extra 10 gigabyte on us all year long. Plus more chances to win from over $16 million in cash and prizes in the Nuff Pickings Christmas promotion. Activate your Prime Rata bundle in the My Digicel app today. Nuff Pickings with Digicel this Christmas. Visit DigicelJamaica.com for terms and conditions. Authorized under Section 58(3) of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act. Promotion valid November 18, 2022 to December 29, 2022.
The National Prophetic Summit is back again with Recharge the Return on Friday, December 30 at 6 p.m. New Life Assembly of God, 148 to 150 Council Spring Road, will be ignited with prophetic worship and the word, featuring psalmist Rhoda Isabella along with prophets Chambray and Jacon Gamble. It's free. So come on out for rich prophetic encounter at Recharge the Return. For more information, visit thegiftednetwork.net. See you there.
Bible Society of the West Indies, located at 24 Hadley Park Plaza, is hosting its annual pre-Christmas sale commencing Monday, December 12th. Special discounted prices on most items in stock, from Bibles to books, water bottles to communion sets, hair shawls to key rings, and so much more. It will also host its Customer Appreciation Week from Monday, December 19 to Saturday, December 24. We look forward to seeing you. Telephone number 876-339-3501. We are open from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap with discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
Importers. The Jamaica Customs Agency is making its contactless clearance process for non-commercial shipments available until January 6, 2023. This will enable you to clear your cargo without having to visit a warehouse to do a physical inspection. Here are your options. You may request contactless clearance through your freight forwarder. Your freight forwarder may offer contactless clearance to you. Your agent will indicate if you've been selected under the contactless clearance process. Importers, use contactless clearance and avoid the wait. For further details, email contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Building your future, helping you everything that you do. We're in your corner, supporting you. I'm gonna keep my goals on track, keep moving up, no turning back. I got Sagicor Bank. Sagicor in my corner. Nothing's gonna stand up in my way. I'm moving to a brighter day with Sagicor Bank in my corner.
Man, it's the season finale inside the program Designed for Men, hosted by men with guests who are men. And this week inside the show, we're going to do a 2022 throwback as your hosts, Courtney Morrison and Kevin Bailey, highlight some trending topics for 2022. The Mailbox is sponsored by Fosridge Company Limited, your solar, electrical, and lighting people. That's the Mailbox that happens this and every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. here on Love 101, the family station.
Not hearing anything.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley.
I'm Jakal.
I'm Victor.
I'm Chantel.
And we are
The Pulse Podcast.
You can find us every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Love 101 FM JA's YouTube channel.
Yes, 7 to 8 p.m. And ensure you follow us on social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
At The Pulse Podcast JA.
The Pulse Podcast, your weekly source of authentic, Jamaican, faith-based, creative content and edutainment.
About culture, creative expressions and games. This is the Pulse Podcast.
I've got love in my
Hey, hey, hey! Another World of Worship Wednesday is coming your way inside Alive 1 to 5 December 21. Packed with worship on and information. Stick around for the rain testing menticized at 1:45. Prayer Blast will come your way at 2 o'clock. More prayer, more power. 2:15 we feature Kirk Franklin and the family as our Christmas worship artist of the day. Then at 3 p.m. inside a live Bible challenge, ABC 3.0, our leaderboard round, match 4, featuring Tavia Richards and Akeem Gordon. All this and more will come your way inside a live 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, December 21, with yours truly, Sarah and the Chirpy One, on the family station, Love 101.
Yay! Get ready for an uplifting time inside Love in the Morning. It's me, your host, Jokal Dyer. This Thursday, December 22, 5:30 a.m. is Christmas around the world. We chat about how other countries celebrate Christmas. Grab your cup of coffee and start the day right with Morning Coffee Devotional at 6 a.m. Then at 7 a.m., we bring you the Morning Watch with intriguing and thought-provoking discussions. 8:40 a.m. inside How Do You React? We talk about how regular day-to-day situations can be a little bit awkward. 9:30 a.m. is Voice of Power, brought to you by the Power of Faith Ministries. Stick and stay with us. This Take Me Back Thursday inside Love in the Morning, 5 to 10 a.m. on the family station, Love 101.
The Jamaica Youth for Christ, with the kind support of Chase Fund and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, present Dennis's Praise Fest 2023, Sunday, January 1 at 5 p.m. at the Randy Williams Entertainment Center, with DJ Nicholas Samuel Medas from Guyana, Kevin Downswell, Gotti, Petra K, and more. Adults 2,500, pre-sold 3,000 at the gate. Children 12 and under 1,000 at the gate. VIP 5,000. Pay-per-view US $15 or 2,500 Jamaican. Tickets at St. Jago, Portmore Mall, Genus, and Pavilion Pharmacy. Music Mart and Brian's Bookstore. SpurOpen.com/Genesis 2023. Sponsored by Chase Fund, Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Kingston Wharves, Burger King, Holtz Hardware, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Somo International, CGTV, Love 101. Call 876-960-4830. MCs Nadine Blair, Markland Edwards, and Ella. Kingston Genesis Praise Fest, presented by the Jamaica Youth for Christ, JYFC, with the kind support of Chase Fund and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. Sunday, January 1 at 5 p.m. Randy Williams Entertainment Center. Come celebrate what God has done.
Grace.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. We want to again thank our guests for the first watch, Major Jarrett and Mrs. Bruce Douglas. Let's now look at the newspapers to see what Jamaicans and others are saying and doing. In the Gleaner, community in fear after pastor succumbs to gunshot wounds. And then in Loop News, BVI, that's the British Virgin Islands, to refer matter of same-sex marriage a referendum. And also in Loop News, Jamaica and Cuba, Care program, that's EYE, Care program, to resume in January. And in the Observer, cough, cough, I can hardly breathe. Smoke from retirement, dump fire, choking people, and the MP is accused of inaction. And also in the Observer, go placidly amid the noise and the haste. That's a quote from a judge who draws for the first line of Desiderata while releasing cop found not guilty of murder. Those are some of the major stories and headlines in our newspapers. Well, coming up next, we'll read some of the feedback from our social media question. How effective do you think the new anti-corruption tip line will be in curbing corruption? We're asking you to leave a comment on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Love 101 FM Jamaica, or WhatsApp 876-997-3125. Soon come back.
I've got love in my
Hey. Another World of Worship Wednesday is coming your way inside alive 1 to 5 December 21. Packed with worship on and information. Stick around for the rain testing menticized at 1:45. Prayer Blast will come your way at 2 o'clock. More prayer, more power. 2:15 we feature Kirk Franklin and the family as our Christmas worship artist of the day. Then at 3 p.m. inside a live Bible challenge, ABC 3.0, our leaderboard round, match 4, featuring Tavia Richards and Akeem Gordon. All this and more will come your way inside a live 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. This World of Worship Wednesday, December 21, with yours truly, Sarah and the Chirpy One on the family station, Love 101.
Man, it's the season finale inside the program Designed for Men, hosted by men with guests who are men. And this week inside the show, we're going to do a 2022 throwback as your hosts. Courtney Morrison and Kevin Bailey highlight some trending topics for 2022. The Mailbox is sponsored by Fosrich Company Limited, your solar, electrical, and lighting people. That's the Mailbox that happens this and every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. here on Love 101, the family station.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley.
I'm Jakal.
I'm Victor.
I'm Chantel.
And we are
The Pulse Podcast.
You can find us every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Love 101 FMJA's YouTube channel.
Yes, 7 to 8 p.m. And ensure you follow us on social media, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
At the Pulse Podcast JA.
The Pulse Podcast, your weekly source of authentic, Jamaican, faith-based, creative content and edutainment.
About culture, creative expressions, and games. This is the Pulse Podcast. Your kingdom come.
The Jamaica Youth for Christ, with the kind support of Chase Fund and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, present Dennis's Praise Fest 2023. Sunday, January 1 at 5 p.m. at the Randy Williams Entertainment Center with DJ Nicholas Samuel Madas from Guyana, Evan Downswell, Gotti, Petra K, and more. Adults 2,500, pre-sold 3,000 at the gate. Children 12 and under 1,000 at the gate. VIP 5,000. Pay-per-view US $15 or 2,500 Jamaican. Tickets at St. Jago, Portmore Mall, Genus, and Pavilion Pharmacy. Music Mart and Brian's Bookstore. SporeOpen.com/Genesis 2023. Sponsored by Chase Fund, Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Kingston Wharves, Burger King, Holt's Hardware, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Somo International, CGTV, Love 101. Call 876-960-4830. MCs Nadine Blair, Markland Edwards, and Ella. Kingston Genesis Praise Fest presented by the Jamaica Youth for Christ, JYFC, with the kind support of Chase Fund and the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport. Sunday, January 1 at 5 p.m. Randy Williams Entertainment Center. Come celebrate what God has done.
Grace.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now join Jukal for a look at how our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp friends answered today's question. How effective do you think the new anti-corruption tip line will be in curbing crime? Jukal?
All right, good morning. So I'm not seeing any on my end. There's no responses. Unless you want me to give an answer on that, then I could. But in terms of everybody else, no, there has been no responses from the question.
All right, in just of time, we're just going to continue
No
into
problem,
the
no
second
problem.
watch.
All right, cool.
All right, now as we segue into the second watch, the levels of incivility and lack of respect for self, others, and authority are very obvious, especially in our schools today. Against that backdrop, last week the Minister of Education announced the reintroduction of civics education into the school curriculum. It is hoped, as the president-elect of the JTA recently said, and I quote, "We can impact the minds of our students to become decent citizens who will embrace positive values and attitudes, resulting in good ethical practices." End of quote. So Is the reintroduction of civics in the school curriculum a good idea? Well, to discuss this, we have joining us this morning the Reverend Michael Aiken, Director of the Gideon Educational Center, and Associate Pastor of the Fellowship Tabernacle Church in Kingston, as well as Mr. Linvern Wright, President of the Jamaica Association of Churches and High Kingston. Good morning to you both. Compliment to the season.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Dr. D.
Hey, good to have you both with us. We don't have the usual amount of time that we had, but anyway, we're going to see what we can do. I begin with you, Mr. Wright. For the record, what really is civics? And why is its introduction in schools seemingly such a big deal among many educators?
It is many things. It is social responsibilities and understanding of your nationhood, is an understanding of your heritage. And I think above all, it is an understanding of how these things can help every one of us to be better human beings in the interest of everyone else. You know, I don't know if, I mean, that's the most succinct I can do in this occasion.
And in terms of developing our society, what are the main pointed reasons and eras in which it?
Well, you see, before I get into that, one of the things I'd love to say, because one of the things that always happens is that if you notice, we have introduced so many things in schools because we figure that's where it begins and whatever. You see, if it is that we're going to get the attendant resources to assist with this, it is something that can assist. But it will only assist if other systems within society work. Because if it is that you're talking about civic pride and civic duty, there must be within civil service, there must be in the public space, there must be in a transportation system, there must be in churches, there must be in adults, examples of how these children are going to be able to look to say, okay, these are the things that my teachers are saying, and they are relevant to what is happening in society. If there's a disconnect between what is in the syllabus and what is happening in society, it is not going to be effective. And I'm afraid we have significant levels of work to do to ensure that happens. But it is a start.
Okay. Reverend Aiken, what are your commendations on the reintroduction of civics to the curriculum?
Well, the addition of civics to our educational curriculum, of course, must be applauded by churches, by persons, journalists like yourself and others. It's a good move by the ministry. But as my brother just said, it's only a piece of the larger puzzle. Our students, all of us, need to understand their rights and responsibilities. That really is what civics supposed to be, understanding your rights and responsibilities, of course, within the context of your history and your development as a people. But number one, it must be viewed as part of the larger puzzle, and two, let's do it right this time. And by that, what we mean is that let's ensure that the civics curriculum is heavily value-based. Let's ensure that it recognizes the rights, especially of those of us of color in this island. And let me expand on that a little. We don't know much about our own country and people and development as much as we know about what the British have handed to us. For example, we have a monument or many monuments to many emphases, many things, many events that the British have experienced, but little or no recognition of what our people have done. A good example of that is that I think it was 1658 that the British and Spanish fought over this island. The British won. Therefore, we are English speakers with of course, a particular history now and context. Had the Spanish won, we would have been speaking Spanish. But a few miles down the road, Jojo and our African ancestry signed a treaty with the British because we won a war against them, and there is no monument to that. there is no civic pride expressed in that aspect.
Would you
of
prevent
development.
Sorry to break your train of thought, but I'm gonna break. Hold that thought to be right back.
Get buckets of savings from Sherwin-Williams from November 24 to December 21. 12% off decorative paint, 10% off automotive paint. Purchase 5 gallons of paint and get a Fleetwood paintbrush free. 6 to 9 gallons and get 2 Fleetwood paintbrushes free. And over 10 gallons and get a paint roller set absolutely free. Get buckets of savings from Sherwin-Williams from November 24 to December 21. Available at all Sherwin-Williams paint stores. Conditions apply.
How will you be spending the holidays?
I am going to spend time with my family in the country.
I'll be spending the holidays abroad.
Me? Fun and more fun.
I'll be spending on gifts for everyone. No matter how you plan to spend the holidays, make sure you're spending with your Sagicor Bank credit card. You'll earn rewards for every dollar you spend. Spend the holidays doing what you like with the people you love and the card that rewards you as you spend. Sagicor Bank credit cards. Conditions apply.
PSOJ's Crime Stop Jamaica unsolved. We need your help to solve the murder of 38-year-old businessman Kamar Barrett. Wednesday, October 26, 2022, 11:05 a.m., Tamarind Avenue, Kingston 10. A black Honda HRV pulled up. Arguing was heard and then explosions. A body was pushed from the car and it sped off. Police found the body of Mr. Kamar Barrett lying face down in the road. He had been shot in the head. Crime Stop and concerned citizens are offering a total reward of $500,000 for information leading to an arrest and charge. Call Crime Stop Jamaica 311. Solving crime pays.
You work hard to make Jamaica a first-class destination. Isn't it time you receive the 5-star benefit? Retire smarter with the Tourism Workers Pension Scheme, a portable plan that also provides your family with financial security in case of your untimely death. It's easy, affordable, and accessible online. Retire and relax with the Tourism Workers Pension Scheme. Visit twps.myguardiangroup.com or call 876-927-4105. Guardian Life. Live secure. Live easy. You work hard to make Jamaica a first-class destination. Isn't it time you receive the 5-star benefit? Retire smarter with the Tourism Workers Pension Scheme.
Blue Ribbon rice means consistent quality. It's sodium-free, cholesterol-free, and fat-free. Add the consistent quality of Blue Ribbon rice to your meal today. Distributed by T. Grant Distributors Limited.
Lord Keisha, you hear about the little girl we get shot in the community last week?
What do you mean?
I mean, you say things are going to get even crazy, I know, because them boy they smuggling some new gun the other day.
If me could have said something without bad man hear about my name, I would have talked with me know a long time, you know. Because for them foolishness always come back for hurt the innocent people in the community.
But you know, say, them have one program where you can actually give information to the police secretly, you know. Customs join up with Crime Stop and start one campaign named Tell Us. So people can give tips and nobody nothing will say them. Them all give money if the reward lead to an arrest or them can find the gun them.
Boy, honestly, me kind of afraid, you know. But things can't continue, so me ready to tell them when me know.
You're right. We have to put a stop to it.
The Jamaica Customs Agency wants you to tell us what you know. Call Crime Stop at 311 to share information about illegal guns and other contraband coming through our borders. The Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap the discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
How will you be spending the holidays?
I am going to spend time with my family in the country.
I'll be spending the holidays abroad.
Me? Fun and more fun.
I'll be spending on gifts for everyone. No matter how you plan to spend the holidays, make sure you're spending with your Sagicor Bank credit card. You'll earn rewards for every dollar you spend. Spend the holidays doing what you like with the people you love and the card that rewards you as you spend. Sagicor Bank credit cards. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. And in this, the second watch, we have been discussing the reintroduction of civics in the curriculum of our schools. And in so doing, we have online Mr. Linvern Wright, President of the Jamaica Association of Principals and Vice Principals, Reverend Michael Aiken, Rector of the Gideon Educational Center, and the Associate Pastor of the Fellowship Tabernacle Church in Kingston. Before the break, Reverend Aiken, you were wrapping up in terms of your thoughts on the reintroduction.
Yes, indeed. I was encouraging us all to applaud the reintroduction of physics and the teaching of rights and responsibilities to our children and to all of us. And of course, I was appealing to the ministry to do it right this time. In other words, make sure that civics curriculum reflects who we are, Jamaica, value-based Jamaican look at our rights and responsibilities. And I was simply giving you an example that we're still inundated with wanting to be like and wanting to honor and having pride in other things, other countries, other nations, and not our own. So let's make it a real Jamaican-based civics curriculum this time around.
Yes.
Yes. That's your piece.
Yes. Mr. Wright, as an educator yourself, what are your concerns, though, going forward? Mr. Wright? For some reason, I'm not hearing Mr. Wright. Reverend Aiken?
Let me answer that question for him and perhaps for all of us. Some concerns would be, first of all, I would certainly hope that our ministry doesn't think that this is the be-all and end-all to help us conquer the violence in schools and other inappropriate behavior that has now become culturally acceptable in our schools. This reintroduction of civics cannot be the only tool in that regard. Let's not sit on our laurels and believe that it will be a miracle. No, it has to go hand in hand with making sure we have excellent homeschool relations. Our families need to be attended to. And when I say that, I mean that in a national way, in the same way government has policies for economic growth and for agricultural development, we must have policies to ensure that our whole family structure is rearranged. We can't just go along anymore. And by the way, for those listening who believe, well, how can a government do that? We have, of course, data to show that countries like China, who were facing a population boom a few years ago, simply had a policy that said you can't have more than two, and that's it. If you do that, you go to jail. And as a result, they're now reaping the benefits of bold economic family policies like that, that simply ensured that they could take their place properly as world leaders. Had they continued in the 1970s with their population boom, they perhaps would be a country right now that couldn't feed themselves. We need strong government leadership.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, Mr. Wright, you with us? Mr. Linvern Wright? Okay. Are you hearing him, Reverend Aiken? I'm not hearing him.
No, I'm not hearing him at all.
Okay. All right. Well, believe it or not, we're out of time. I'm not sure what was happening with the technology this morning, because it goes with this and the World Cup football. But what is that for joining us, Reverend Aiken?
Certainly, it's my pleasure to
and also with who joined us earlier. Thank you, listeners, for being with us. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to set the stage for a discussion of topical and controversial issues. For information, or get copies of this program, please call our production department at 876-968-9596-7. This has been the Morning Watch. Thanks to our producer, Kathy Gale, and our guests. I'm Dylan Toussaint, giving at this time a shout out to the pastor and members of the Miracle Open Bible Church as I hand you back to Love in the Morning with Jukal Dyer.